Blood is a special game. It's arguably the best game on the build engine, with slick bouncy movements, wonderful gothic locations to explore, and an epic protagonist in Caleb. Many people were disappointed by its sequel, Blood 2 The Chosen, due to it being a buggy piece of shit. Now that was GT Interactive's fault for rushing the game and giving no extra time to Monolith to actually finish it. Monolith is now owned by Warner Brothers, GT Interactive has now been integrated with Atari, and it's rather unclear as to who owns what. Apparently Warner Brothers own the rights to the Blood IP, meaning that they can make new Blood games if they want. Blood Fresh Supply, the remaster, was published by Atari, and that's because they have the distribution rights, for the first game at least. They contacted Night Dive to make the ports, and that has been the latest piece of Blood content. So Monolith can make a new Blood game if they want, but we will most likely never see one again since they're busy making Lord of the Rings games for Warner Brothers. For the sake of this video, let's say that they're going to. How should Monolith go about rebooting Blood for a new audience? Don't. I know that Flying Wild Hog has found some success with the Shadow Warrior games, and Doom 2016 did wonders for this little resurgence of 90s FPS remakes. However, those games are a part of the most pliable properties you can use to build a new reboot out of. Doom has already had a newish game in the form of Doom 3, and there's plenty you can do with Shadow Warrior using the ancient Kung Fu genre. You can even improve on a couple of gameplay elements, and they did just that with the updated katana. Some people also took issue with the original depiction of Lo Wang, so there was room for a reboot. For me at least, you can't really take Blood out of that build engine sprite-based style the way you can with Shadow Warrior. I've seen what Monolith would do with a 3D Blood game with the sequel, and I don't like it. Blood's sprites, atmosphere, and settings are perfectly entwined with the build engine. Blood takes place in a world of its own, featuring old 1920s aesthetics, as well as ancient and futuristic elements, and it all fits on the build engine. Those sprites still hold up. When I think about a Blood reboot, one of the things they would need to nail is the tone, and how the game takes aspects from all of these different time periods and combines it into this gothic masterpiece. I know I'm being slightly pessimistic here, but I'm really just complimenting on how timeless Blood's art style and overall gameplay is. That being said, people have asked about Blood 3, and honestly, Dusk is the closest we'll get to that being a reality. Even though Dusk has been critically acclaimed, I still think it's slept on, and it's a wonderful FPS in its own right. If Warner Brothers wanted to make another Blood game, I'd be skeptical as all fuck. But I'd get New Blood involved because of the amazing job they've done on Dusk. It pays homage to the classics, but also does its own thing. Anyway, this has just been a fun little discussion to have. In my perfect world, Night Dive would be able to update the Blood remaster, and Monolith would make a new expansion for the game, using the original level designers, Duke Nukem 3D World Tour style. That's just wishful thinking, however. Thanks for watching.